All right, welcome back. Funnily enough, no sooner did I finish shooting my 3,000 mile update, getting home, plugging the van in, just to find that the van would not charge. And it was giving me a charging fault on the van itself. I'm going to let you know what I think happened, how I think I fixed it. Yeah, so let's go. So I got home, I shot the 3,000 mile update. I did all the normal stuff, I come to the front, pop it open, take off the top connection. This little indicator here will correlate to your state of charge via 20% increments. So, plugged in my J1772 right there. So I'm giving you a terrible angle of that. Now it's not actually plugged into the wall yet. So my charging setup is as follows. I have two NEMA 1450s here. I have the E-Transit in the process of getting another electric vehicle for personal use. So I have two. When you go to get yours installed, make sure that your ground is up here for the E-Transit mobile connector. Otherwise, what ends up happening is when you go to plug your level 2 connection in, it has to dangle around like that, which puts excess stress on the wires on the inside. So what I end up doing is I just kind of lay it up there like that. This way it's got a place to sit. I didn't think about that beforehand, nor did the electrician when he was putting or installing this. So it's both of our faults. I should have probably had it run up the wall, across, and then down, and then have it installed like that. Would have been smarter on our parts. Anyway, so this is the setup I have. This is the exact way I plugged it in, and everything started off fine. It did start off like this, the blue segment flashing, correlating to the current state of charge. That's as the state of charge increases. I went inside. I started to eat dinner, and I got a notification on my Ford Pass application that stated there was a charging fault. And that's never happened before. I never had any error messages like that. So I came out, and what I found was that instead of these segments being blue and illuminated, they were orange and flashing, all 5 simultaneously flashing. So the error was on this side. I had no charging fault indication on the Ford mobile connector. It was still blue lit, just like it is now. And for the life of me, I could not get this thing to charge. I disconnected, reconnected. This would continue to pulse. It would go off, and it would start pulsing again. You could hear a clicking noise on the interior of the vehicle. I guess it was trying to reset, and just no dice. I gave it 5 minutes. I plugged everything back in. Still no dice. So at this point, I was starting to get a little bit flustered. I was pretty hot, admittedly, because I use this every day for work. I drive significant distances every day. I need just about a full battery every day. So I was playing musical vans with my other technicians to make my old van, my old Transit 250, available just in case. I called Ford customer service in an effort to get troubleshooting advice, of which there is none, by the way. You're going to find that you will often know more about your electric vehicle than the customer service representatives do about their brand of vehicles, especially when it's new to them. So they literally gave me no troubleshooting advice. They told me, we're very sorry. You're going to have this looked at by a Ford technician and bring it into the dealer. To which I responded, I have 17 miles of range remaining. The dealership is further away than that. What am I supposed to do? So they told me to call in for Ford roadside assistance to get the van towed there. It was a very frustrating response. It's unfortunate that there's no troubleshooting advice. There's not even any technical definition available to tell you, number one, what this button actually means when you press it. Number two, what the error code correlates to, so you can try to self-correct. So here's what I think happened, though. So there was a 90-degree day. I keep this plugged in all the time. I don't anymore, and I'll tell you why. So when I went to go check out the mobile connector over here, the box itself was rather hot, and it actually peeled up off the NEMA 1450 a little bit. It was sticky. Like the exterior of this is a rubbery material, so it was kind of sticky, which, you know, I mean, it's pretty hot, right? So I took the mobile connector inside, I put it on top of my air conditioning vent, I finished eating dinner, finished blowing off steam, and about 30 minutes later I came out. The error code was no longer flashing. It was flashing the entirety of the time that I was doing the troubleshooting. It was like almost an hour's worth of time. But at this point, it had 30 minutes of no contact, no me trying to start the vehicle. And by the way, the service vehicle light did come on inside the dash. It said to take it to a service center as soon as possible. I plugged it back in after cooling off the mobile connector, and everything since then has been okay. So this is 2 days ago now. I neglected to record it at the time because when I went to go record it to show the error code, that's when it started to work again after I cooled everything off. So I felt foolish at that point in time. But yeah, so my garage is not climate controlled. I do recommend having your garage climate controlled, or doing what I'm doing at this point. I'm just unplugging the mobile connector when it's not in use. And I just keep it on top of my grass catcher. I may even start keeping it inside just to insulate it from the climate. But yeah, so I think it overheated. It's just weird to me that the box itself showed no indication of error, but the van did. Now, I know the van has very specific metrics that it must meet. You know, I know heat can affect current draw, stuff like that. So the van may have detected an abnormal amount of current as a result of too much thermal expansion, perhaps, who knows. But it would be very nice if we had some sort of technical definition to let us know what those error codes mean, rather than going through the frustrating phases of contacting Ford customer service to effectively get nowhere. But that is it for now. Until next time.